Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Zero from TechDragon.info, and today I'm gonna do a starter guide to Star Conflict. I guess is a good word-ish. Just gonna walk you through a couple of things that I've discovered so far and that I want to share with you, because I would have loved to have somebody just share that with me when I started. So let's get on with the first question, I guess. Which nation or what? I don't know what these things are called. They're not nations. Alliances, I guess? I don't know. Which one should I pick? Well, the easy and straightforward answer is eh. The more difficult answer is it doesn't matter. You can switch at any time between all of them. As you can see, I have ships in all of these. The ones that have a star here in the corner, those are elite. Full synergy. As you can see, if I hover over it, synergy is 5 out of 5, which is basically your experience levels in the ship, the upgrade levels, whatever you want to call them. So it really doesn't matter what nation you start with. You might want to check out some of the ships and see if you know what you like, what you potentially want to get, and I guess I'll walk you through some of these to give you an idea. And mainly I will be talking about the special module at the bottom there. You see that? Micro warp engine. At the very bottom it says Alt for special module. So let's hold down Alt and ta-da! You get extra information. Accelerate the ships to a speed of 29 times faster than its default max for 2 seconds. Preparing micro warp takes 1 second. So this is basically a jump jet. You know, you activate it, takes 1 second, and you jump a couple of kilometers away, like 10 kilometers away from the rest. Be careful, if you fly into things, you will explode. Hercules Rage gets the special module Overdrive. Increase your weapon rate of fire, energy regen rate, strafe speed, max speed, sort of maneuverability and gun buff. I don't like it. I've had it and I sold it. I think it's pretty shit because it lacks in survivability, and the extra rate of fire doesn't seem to make up for that fact. So I'm not a big fan. Harpy, this is your sniper. Activate the sniping weapon, dealing shit tons of damage, blah blah, 1200 meter range, 17 shots a minute. Damage skills with main weapon. So the better your main weapon is, the better that sniping weapon will be. But I'm not a big fan of it, and I think these things are highly imbalanced. You can, in some cases, one-shot ships with full shield and full hull, and you can one-shot them. And in World of Tanks terms, this is your artillery. Same shit. But the thing is, this one splits off into a frigate engineering and the sticks. And that's the one I'm aiming for to get, so I have to get through these stupid snipers to get there, sadly. Because the sticks is one of the best tier for tier ships. It will have the best survivability of all of them. So that's what I'm aiming for to get. But that's a long way away. Let's continue down to the... Let's see, this was the Empire. Yeah, this is the Federation. So, you have your Swift, which is also a... think of this as the ELC in World of Tanks terms. Little fucker, fast. The Plasma Web is basically a DOT. Shoots a web dealing so many damage, it's a 2000 meter range skill. It's basically a DOT. Pretty handy. Lynx has camouflage. Well, it does what it says it does. Camouflage, you become invisible. The Raptors are like the sticks. So it's a frigate engineering, which means you get combat drones. Those drones will fly around you and damage ships automatically in your vicinity in less than 2000 meters, 1950 meters away from you. So they will shoot at whatever is around you, and if you use them up, so if you burn them up, you restore shield. So they're quite handy. But I found out some things with these, especially I'm on the Raptor Mark II, as you can see, and I do pretty damn well with this thing, and I tricked it out to be really freaking mean. So these are really, really good at PvE missions, in my opinion. I would say almost one of the best that I've seen so far. And I'll get to my ship in a little bit. Let's go over to Jericho. We have the Dagger that has a metastable energy field generator. What this does is you fly up somewhere, you activate this, you become invulnerable for 6 seconds, invincible, same thing. And then you basically shoot out a sort of EMP that disables all the ships around you in a 1500 meter radius for 2 seconds. So it can be interesting, but only it can save your ass, I guess. If you have like a rocket incoming, you're almost dead, you can pop that and survive. But it's only 2 seconds that you disable the enemy, and they have like 6 seconds that you're disabled to get to you, because you can't do anything in that state. So yeah, I'm kinda on the with that one. I'm not sure. It can be handy, but also a curse. The axe is basically a fighter. It gets a shield. Let's take a look. Play against Radeon in a shield and a ship in a shield. I need more coffee here. Hold on, let me take a sip. Maybe that will help. There we go. Okay, absorb all damage, but uses up energy. So energy management on these ships is really important, so don't burn your afterburners, because if your energy runs out, your shield runs out. Has a lot of survivability, this ship, so I really like these. As you can see, I'm on the rank 5 version of it. And then we have the Zealot, which is a frigate guard, as you can see at the top there, and it has the phase shield. And what this does is it gives you a shield that you can toggle between. It's like an active toggle. It costs energy to toggle, but it's an active toggle. And you can switch between the 3 different weapon types. So kinetic, which is yellow, the icon is yellow, laser, which is red, and plasma, which is blue. So you can toggle between those 3, and you should... This is like a ship that requires a lot of micromanagement. So you're constantly gonna have to switch between the shield types to whatever damage you're taking at the moment. So it's fun to manage it, but it's also difficult. Now keep in mind that up to rank 3 the ships are not very interesting, and they're all gonna be the same, as in everybody that has a dagger will have exactly the same loadout. From rank 4, you'll see here's a little 2, that means they're tier 2, so this is a different tier right here. They start to get interesting. Let me show you what I mean. So this is their ship. It looks nice, it looks bulky, but it's a tank, so you know it's supposed to be. But at this rank you can actually switch between 4 different weapon types. Some of them have different missile types. The special module is fixed, you can't do anything, and they get a lot more interesting and just a lot more modules. So this one has Pulsar, which deals thermal damage over 12 seconds to all enemies within 800 meters around you. So if you have little shits around you, you can use that and they'll get damage over time. Sort of. So that's pretty nice. This one, Missile Shield. Destroy all the missiles in a 3-kilometer range around you. That's pretty damn nice. So that's definitely a good one to have. And then these are sort of like passives. Increase your shield volume, decrease your targeting time. So that's nice, but let's take a look at the Raptor. Yep, that one. Raptor Mark II. Okay, so you have your special, which is 2 robot thingy drones around you that shoot at people, right? Now, like I said, some have missiles that you can switch out. So like this one has attack drones. You can have 2 of those up at the same time. There's a 15-second delay in between, but they will attack whatever you're targeting. So instead of just having 2 drones, I can have 4 plus my own weapons. This has increased my damage output by a considerable amount. And I also switched my weapon over from the standard beam cannon to a coil mortar. This is a AoE explosive shell. So if things are close enough to each other, they will explode. So that is a very good weapon for PvE. And it's not bad for PvP. It's not great. Let's be honest, the range is pretty short on it for PvP. But it's pretty damn good for PvE. You can take out multiple ships at the same time, and you don't even have to hit them. I mean, close range to them will still hit them. That's the beauty about this thing. So I would say that's the best weapon right now for this thing. So let's take a look at upgrades, because this is where a lot of confusion starts. Let's take this one for instance. Now let's take a look at this one. Can I see the upgrade? No, I can't. Dang it. Well, I guess we'll take a look at this one. So as you can see, I'm at Mark 1 at the moment, as you can see right here. So the first upgrade cost money, just your normal credits. Okay, so you click upgrade and it does that. And you can see here if you hover over the upgrade button that I'll get minus 9 seconds recharge time. That's the only thing this upgrade will do, your recharge time will go down. So, you know, that's fine. Then the Mark 3, which is the next one, costs 20,000. But 20,000 of, let me pull up some other weapon that I already have upgraded. There we go. If you're at this stage, you can hover over here and see that these are Legion loyalty vouchers, required vouchers, yada yada yada. You get those vouchers from contracts. So it was the Legion ones. You say sign contract, yes, and then you pick up the contracts. And you do these things mostly in PvP. Because destroy ships, that's PvP. Destroying one ship, attacking our beacons, I don't know, that might be PvE, but I'm not 100% sure if you can do that in PvE, but there's not a lot of beacons in there, so. And destroy 3 ships with laser. So these are sort of quests, I guess. And then you also have these quests. Plant a bomb or kill an enemy with a bomb, except, and these are dependent on what nation you are currently in contract with. There's 3 different nations in here. And you can differentiate between the colors, so these 2 belong to one, these 2 belong to one, and these 2. But they're still different contracts, so you probably want to go through them as sort of your daily quests in this game. Well, I guess we should take our Raptor out into a PvE match, and I'll show you what I mean. So, I'll be right back. One thing I haven't gone over are these. If these modules say active combat module and then group engineering in this case, that means they are active buffs that you need to have on. So I'll keep that in mind. So, boom, boom, boom. As you can see, these things are pretty evil. I mean, you don't even have to hit things half the time for them to do damage. Why won't my ship turn around? What the hell? Okay, that's new. Come on. Okay. Let's get our secondary drone up. See what I mean with AoE? I just took out almost the entire group there with 2 shots. Yeah, careful not to hit him.
Attention soldiers, the enemy is preparing another offensive. Prepare for
Wrong side, get in there quickly.
Enemy ship destroyed.
Nope, nope, that's not the direction he was going. And I've set my key bindings up so that my right click is the targeting system and not rockets, because I hate that being rockets, because I'm used to MMOs and that sort of stuff where right click will turn your camera around. So I kept right clicking things and sending out my rockets into nowhere. As you can see, my drones are just killing the shit out of everything, and that's the beauty about this setup that I have right now. I can AoE the crap out of things, and I don't even have to be doing all of it, because my drones will do it for me.
Enemy ship destroyed.
You can see my drones are working on that one, and I can work on a different one. So it's really nice to have this stuff. Dum, 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 dum. So that's what I like about these frigate engineerings. They just seem to work.
major enemy forces incoming.
Enemy ship destroyed.
At the very least, you're gonna get damage assists on a lot of things. That's also in PvP. I hated these things in PvP because they're difficult to manage, but ever since I switched over to this kind of build that I have right here, I've been doing so much better in it. And, ooh, there they are. And also because you are in engineering, you have those buff things on me. You can see those two that are blinking under number 1 and 2. They actually give me points as well, because people receive buffs from, well, yeah, people use my buffs basically, and that helps them survive and stuff. I get points for that. So this ship literally generates points in every which way. It's ridiculous. It's pretty funny. As you can see here, I got 1,000 points, 28 kills, 38 assists. Massively more than anybody else on my team. Which kind of worries me for the last round, because that round is tough. Hopefully we can pull it off.
Our goal is to destroy the specified targets in this sector. Just in time. Thanks.
So, what you want to do here first is take out all these damn ships that are flying around just to get rid of them.
Enemy ship destroyed.
I should really target things more, because then my special drones will go after them. Come on.
Enemy ship destroyed.
There we go. Okay, but the... oh, crikey, my team sucks. Okay, that one's actually doing something.
Enemy ship destroyed.
Let's take out this damn station here. Good. And the goal is to take down these nav stations, but taking down these turrets is a huge thing, and people seem to forget it quite a bit. You get really screwed over if you don't. And they haven't taken down any of these. So, I'm just gonna spend a second on taking those down. Crap, we got an elite ship on us, great.
Enemy ship destroyed.
Good job. One down.
There we go. And we got it. Whew. So I guess that person has redeemed itself a little bit. But this is the really difficult round. And I don't want to right click him. So we'll see what happens. And a lot of teams make it through these rounds but fail on the last one, so we'll see what happens. As you can see, I now have 44 assists, and I really didn't do a whole lot in that one. So yeah, this thing is just... it's nice. It just does all kinds of shits
Enemy is approaching.
when you're not even, you know, really doing anything just yet. It was a very colorful whatever the hell it was. Oh crap. Get into cover. Ow, for that shit. I hate that shit. Is it over yet? I think so. So in this, once you get to rank 4, you want to stay near a building. So you can, whenever it says warning, you want to duck behind the building. Get out of on that.
Soldiers, the boss has called for reinforcements. Prepare for action. Somebody help!
Warning. Danger.
So yeah, I'm gonna work on taking out some of these elites because they hurt. Shit, this is... oh, come on, stuck. Really? This is gonna be bad. There we go.
Enemy ship destroyed.
Be on your toes, soldiers. The enemy has called for backup.
Okay. So now we sort of just need to burn him, I guess.
Warning. Danger.
Ah, crap. Yeah, this just... we need to burn him.
Warning. Shields down.
And our shields are down. Fantastic.
They got one of ours, bastards.
weapons overheated. No. There we go.
Congratulations,
Whew.
boys. Mission successful.
So yeah, this ship has a lot of survivability, and ooh, we got a fancy one. Oh, and let me tell you about artifacts as well. Okay, I got 2 more things I want to talk about, and then we'll wrap this episode up. Ooh, 1,000 loyalty vouchers. Nice. So, as you can see, we did the best in our team, and we were not the highest rank here. That's a lion. That's a higher rank than we are. A Hawk M. And he was playing on his, I think this one, Alligator, which is the one after the one I owned. So, yeah, we were basically lowest rank in here, and we did the best. We made 169,000 credits, so this is how I farm my credits. Very easy. I got some nice stuff here. Actually a good run. And we made 5,000 experience, but I don't need that because this thing is already fully researched. So, none of our contracts actually worked, as you can see. So yeah, these things don't work in PvE. They really are PvP only. Okay, now, a couple of things. Artifacts. If you don't know what they are basically for upgrading weapons to the final level. So as you can see here, this one is upgraded 3 out of 4, and the last one requires 90 artifacts. And I have 93. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. Do not, whatever you do, do not waste your artifacts on rank 1 to 3. So up to like this line, when it says a little 1 here in the corner, do not upgrade with artifacts. You will need them later on. When it's much more important, rank 1 to 3 is easy enough to get through just with blue weapons. So don't upgrade those to purple, really, unless you really want to keep that ship forever and play it forever, but you don't have to, so. Okay, 3 things that I need to discuss. That was 1. 2 more. Don't sell ships, as you can see. This little star here in the corner means that I still own these ships, and it gives me fleet strength, which is this. Which means I'm getting 12% extra synergy. So every game I play, I get 12% extra experience. Just because I have those elite ships, you know, fully researched ships. So you don't want to sell them. So keep that in mind. It's not worth the money because you only get 10% back of what they cost. So it's not even worth selling them. Now, let me get here. Okay, these modules. As you can see at the top, it says Type Active Combat Module, Group Engineering, and Ship Type of Frigate. Okay, so what this means is this is a active module, like a buff, a toggle buff. You have to turn it on, and then it will buff. And it's a AoE, as you can see, 2400 meters, and it regens shield. Now, if we look at this one, this repairs your shield, and it's a restoration module. So this one is a engineering. This one's a restoration. Engineering are the ones that are active, as in buffs that constantly run. The restoration, as it says, restores. So this is a heal. So a single use and then goes on cooldown. So keep that in mind. You don't have to spam these. You don't have to activate them constantly. Just activate them once and they will be active. That's it. The same will go for this one. The Nano Drone Cloud. Again, it says engineering module. So it's a buff, a constantly running buff. You have to toggle it on every time you die. You have to turn it on, or every time you run out of energy. Keep that in mind as well. You have to turn it back on. But other than that, it's going to be on. Once in a while, just check down, down in the corner. If it's flashing like this, then it's on. Well, sort of like this. And if it's not, you have to toggle it on. So that's how you can figure out what types of modules these are. And if you see something for over 8 seconds or for 8 seconds, that just means it's active buff. As simple as that. Over 1 second, So those are just things you have to toggle on. A warp gate, well, you can just read what these things do. But that is really important because that seems to be a lot of confusion amongst people trying to figure out how these things work, and it took me a while to figure out as well. So this type, the engineer modules, they're buffs that you have to toggle on, but they are constantly running buffs, so you don't have to do anything about it. And that's about it, I guess, for this first sort of how to get started guide for Star Conflicts. if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I am by no means a pro at this game, but I do sort of know my way around it by now. Ish. So, there's my profile. I'm not doing brilliantly, but I don't think I'm doing too bad. I seem to end up at the top of the score list quite often in PvP, so I think I'm doing alright. Right? Yeah, I think so. But again, like tanks, there's only so much you can do for a win. If your team is just a complete retard team, then, you know, there's not much you can do. So, Let's see, how many do I kill on average? Average kills a battle? 3. I don't think that's too bad. Averaging 3 kills. So, you know, whatever. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.